Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, prepare yourselves as we delve deep into Tejano music, its history, its future. You will hear the oldies but goodies, the newies but gooies, and everything in between. My name is Rick Garcia, and I will be your host on this 60-minute musical journey. So let's hear all the great songs by the great artists who made them famous, and a little bit of history behind each song. After all, I was there. Well, greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and all I have to say is, where did the year 2019 go? My gracious, it seems like we just got started. And now here we are. This is the very last podcast of 2019 of the Rick Garcia Hour. And of course, I have to start out by thanking Juan Mendoza Jr., Lila Lisa, all the good people at MCR Radio for putting my show all over the planet, it seems like. They have affiliates all around the world, and I am lucky enough to be associated with them, and therefore this show is available all around the world. So thank you, MCR Radio. Y saludos. Here's to a even better and more prosperous 2020. As we end the year 2019, I'd like to do a special CHR Records retrospect. This is the close of our second year in operation. And what a year it's been. Nothing but outstanding and nothing but exciting. So many great artists and more coming on board all the time. CHR Records is definitely a record label on the go. And of course, you know the old saying, MCR, CHR, a win-win combination. And what a better way to start out the program with a song by one of CHR's latest artists. The group is called Conjunto Impresión. They are from around the Raymondville area of, I wouldn't say exactly in the Rio Grande Valley, but then it's not away from the Rio Grande Valley. It's hard to say exactly where the valley starts and where it ends. So let's just say in this great big terrestrial plane, we are all neighbors. When I was introduced to Conjunto Impresión, I was really impressed by not only their music, but also their enthusiasm as a band. These guys are on the road constantly, performing every single weekend, it seems like. And of course, that's what you've got to do. Take your music to the people, and hopefully they will like it. Hopefully they'll be receptive of it, and hopefully it will be the start of something good. I believe that music is in their blood. It is their passion, just like it is the CHR passion. So here is Conjunto Impresión, the title cut from their CHR album. It's entitled Un Cielo. Check it out.
Mi vida ha sido quererte a ti. Por eso, aunque tú nunca lo pienses, yo te quiero con todo mi ser. Quisiera yo poder vivir 100 años para amarte y adorarte hasta el morir. Quisiera que supieras lo que siento cada vez que me miras a mí. Mujeres habrá muchas en el mundo, pero otra como tú nunca la encuentro. Un cielo para mí es lo que tú eres, un cielo todo lleno de alegría. Mi vida y mi cariño es para ti.
Conjunto Impresión, and what an impression they make. That was called Un Cielo on CHR Records. As I mentioned earlier, this is Year 2 in Review, a CHR Records retrospect. My name is Rick Garcia. You're listening to the Rick Garcia Hour on MCR Radio, and I hope you will spread the word. CHR Records is where it's at, with the hottest recording artists on the planet. We believe in their talents. You know, at CHR, music is not just a business. It's our passion. And up next is another group with a passion like you would not believe. They are the continuing generation of the first family of conjunto music. I'm talking about De La Rosa. Who has not heard of Tony De La Rosa? Who has not heard of Alfredo De La Rosa? Los Hermanos De La Rosa. Adán, Alfredo. Even Sister Eva had a couple of recordings. Now we have the next generation. They call themselves Los D-Boys, Hermanos De La Rosa. Rick De La Rosa, Rudy De La Rosa, both sons of Alfredo, both the nephews of Tony, and they've got a brand new one on CHR Records as well. It's called Señor San Antonio. These guys are out pushing their CD like crazy. They're doing radio interviews all up and down the state of Texas. I see nothing but great things for them in the future. And CHR Records is super proud to have them on the record label. We're going to be hearing from and talking to several artists throughout this program, and I am so glad that I do not have a specific time limit. Heck, we might be doing this thing all the way till next Tuesday. I don't know. But I know that we've got a lot of great things to talk about, several good artists to hear from. And I know some CHR artists popped in just to wish everybody a very happy upcoming 2020. Wow, 2020. Can you imagine that? But I tell you what, it goes by quickly when you're having fun. And that's what we are doing at CHR Records. So here are Los D-Boys, Hermanos De La Rosa. It's from their CHR album, Señor San Antonio. This song is called Llégale, Llégale.
Andar vagando y por los aires volando, llégale mi amor. Si quieres sentir el fuego y entre tus manos tenerlo, llégale mi amor. Llégale, llégale, llégale. Aquí está mi corazón, pero llégale el derecho, y aquí te entrego mi pecho, abierto y con mucho amor. Quieres tirar la flecha a mi corazón derecha, llégale mi amor. Si quieres sentir el fuego y entre tus manos tenerlo, llégale mi amor. Llégale, llégale, llégale. Aquí está mi corazón, pero llégale el derecho, y aquí te entrego mi pecho, abierto y con mucho amor.
Los D-Boys, Hermanos de la Rosa, Llegale, Llegale, from their CHR album, Señor San Antonio. And I want to make mention that all the great music you're hearing on CHR Records is available at all the digital stores, all the online platforms. I'm talking about iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, YouTube, Spotify, Pandora. There are so many popping up almost on a daily basis. And CHR Records is available on each and every one of them. You can download the music, you can stream the music, or you can just do it the old-fashioned way like I like to do. Go down to your flea market or go down to your favorite music store and buy the physical CD for yourself. That's what I like. I like to get that CD, open it up, kind of read the credits, see who wrote what, see the special dedications. To me, that's always been fun. Even fun back in the old album days. Remember those 12-inch LPs they used to have back in the day? I was a great collector of those as well.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Les saluda su amigo Rodney Rodríguez del conjunto Los Cucuys, deseándoles a todos un feliz y próspero año nuevo 2020. Que este año les traiga salud y muchas bendiciones. Abrazos de parte de su amigo Rodney Rodríguez y Los Cucuys.
Celos y me pones a pensar que quizás ya estoy muy viejo, me vas a cambiar por otro menso pa' que agarre mi lugar. Hace tiempo que te quiero decir algo, aunque es cierto que de canas ya estoy pardo. Este burro viejo nunca se ha rajado, tú nomás échale carga al burro pardo, échale. No sé dónde has agarrado, que parezco burro pardo, te equivocas, vas a ver de aquí pa'l real. Yo nomás quiero que sepas que la edad no es la que cuenta, yo he de estirar tu carreta y muchas más. Hace tiempo que te quiero decir algo hoy, aunque es cierto que de canas ya estoy pardo. Este burro viejo nunca se ha regado, tú nomás échale carga al burro pardo.
One of the busiest and hardest working groups in the circuit right now, Los Cucuys and Rodney Rodríguez. That was called El Burro Pardo. Special dedication on that one goes out to Mr. Lupe Saenz, president of the South Texas Conjunto Association. And we certainly appreciate all that he does for Conjunto music. Thank you for all you do, Lupe. Up next, it is Conjunto La Suerte, Martina y Conjunto La Suerte, to be exact. Now, this lady, Martina, I have so much respect for her. Shortly after completing this album, which is called Dime Que Fui Yo, she was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer, and it was really in its final stages. I have always seen her so energetic and so ready to just get up and rock the world. And I've got to admit, I noticed at a television taping of the Domingo Live television show, Martina showed up and performed. But I got to tell you, and I told her the same thing. I said, Martina, you look tired. You look a little bit worn out. And she said, yeah, I don't feel very well. And we had a whole series of radio interviews scheduled for after that, and she did each and every one of them. But as the day went on, I could see her getting a little bit more and more tired. It was shortly after that I found out, she let me know, that she had been diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. She was going to be out of commission for the rest of 2019 because she had to undergo several chemotherapy treatments. And if anybody has ever gone through that or had a loved one go through that, you know that is nothing to joke about. It drains you completely. And I know Martina has a lot of Facebook fans and friends that she keeps in touch with. I always enjoy reading her posts. And no matter how down she gets, she has never lost faith. To my knowledge, not for 1 second. And from what I understand, she is planning another album with CHR Records. I'm so glad to hear that. And I believe she actually has a performance scheduled on the books as well. So this lady suits up and shows up no matter what. My hat's off to her. She is a Tejano Roots Hall of Famer, and I am proud to say a CHR recording artist. She is Martina from Martina y Conjunto La Suerte. This song is called Chile Verde.
Voy a cantarles una historia muy inventada de un tendajito que tenía Don Nicanor, donde los chiles, tomatitos y cebollas se reventaban con sabroso vacilón. Una lechuga se encontraba enamorada de un chile verde que era muy vacilador, pero un chayote muy borracho y parrandero a la lechuga le pagaba con calor. Un día domingo que se fueron al mercado, al chile verde le corrieron a avisar: cuídate mucho que por ahí te andan buscando, 5 chayotes no te vayan a matar. No tuvo tiempo de meterse en la canasta, ejote en mano se le echaron de a montón. Estoy borracho, les gritaba y soy muy bravo, cuando un camote lo clavó por el pulmón. En la cocina están llorando las cebollas, todas las papas se aconsejan y se ven, y por el cerro los nopales van bajando a un chile muerto que lo llevan a enterrar. El aguacate se despide con tristeza, el guacamole nunca vuelve a ser igual, pues le hace falta el chile verde consentido, que hoy este día lo acabaron de matar. No tuvo tiempo de meterse en la canasta, ejote en mano se le echaron de un montón. Estoy borracho, les gritaba y soy muy bravo, cuando un camote lo clavó por el pulmón. El aguacate se despide con tristeza, el guacamole nunca vuelve a ser igual, pues le hace falta el chile verde consentido, y hoy este día lo acabaron de matar.
Martina y Conjunto La Suerte. That was called Chile Verde. And you're listening to the final podcast of the Rick Garcia Hour for the year 2019. That's why we're calling this CHR Records Year in Review.
Hi, this is Marlisa Vela, and I just want to wish everyone a happy holiday season and a happy new year 2020.
And you got Rick Garcia here on the Rick Garcia Hour, and I have in the studio with me the lovely and talented Miss Marlisa Vela, second-generation entertainer. And Marlisa, this is the last show of this 2019 year of the Rick Garcia Hour. But let me ask you, Marlisa, if you can, what are some of the highlights in Marlisa Vela's career of the year 2019? Can you think of anything in particular that stands out in your career of this past year?
Yes, what really, really stands out to me and what I'm so grateful for is actually a culmination of everything that I wrote on this album. I just felt like my words, they were brought to life, through the music. And I just really want to thank, CHR Records, because to me, you guys believed in me enough to let me put these songs that had been for so long and to actually put them on an album and see them come to life. And the album itself, I'm very, very grateful. And to me, that's one of the best things. Of course, my health and everyone, but just being with the label and just the release of my new CD.
Let me ask you also, like everybody else, and I'm going to ask you, not that you're expected to keep them, but do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I actually do, but they're not just resolutions. I mean, for the new year, I just feel like I actually started them this year, to be honest, and just to keep up with them, and that would be, continue staying focused on music and things that I want to do. I've been writing weekly goals, and I make sure that everything, seeing them, you have to envision them and then you write them down and then you just make them come to life. So definitely stay with those. Also to continue playing, continue the path, and keep the name alive and keep the music alive, and also going to school. So I'm very, very excited that I got through the first semester. So I'm going into the new year again. Continue. Yeah.
That's right. Congratulations, Marlisa Vela. You are going for, I guess, either a bachelor's degree or a master's degree or some sort of degree.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that. Best of luck to you on it. And we look forward to the year 2020 having a lot more great music from Marlisa Vela. Any last words?
No, I just want to wish everyone a great year and just thank God, because God has been in my life and He's never a moment late, so I just want to thank God and thank you, Jesus, for everything. And there's just no way I could have gone this far without him. So I'm very, very grateful.
Pero viejo, no aprende truco nuevo. Y aunque digas que conmigo no es igual, te conozco y ya toditas los truquitos. Eres tierno, pero solo a comenzar. La verdad, si me gustas no lo niego. Estas son para echarte un vacilón, pero no voy a correr contigo el riesgo de que digas que soy una del montón. No voy a ser tu tonta, aunque me regues de rodillas. Admito que sí te quería, pero no me convences todavía. Necesitas más de 1000 flores para ganarte mis favores. Soy mucha pieza para ser corazón, otra más de tus amores. Hablas mucho, ay, cómo tienes labia. Con razón te dicen el Don Juan, pero yo ya te conozco tus truquitos. Eres tierno, pero solo a comenzar. No voy a ser tu tonta, aunque me regues de rodillas. Admito que sí te quería, pero no me convences todavía. Necesitas más de 1000 flores más de tus amores.
You're listening to the Year in Review, CHR Records, on the Rick Garcia Hour, MCR Radio. I want to thank Marlisa Vela for stopping into our studios and talking to us for a little bit. Always a pleasure to see her. Up next, CHR Records was able to sign a really, really good group. They're so good, they're tremendous. They are called Los Tremendos de George y Oscar. Now, I've known George Banda for a long time. Previously, he sang with Los Hermanitos Banda, a group in which he was one of the leaders. And then, of course, Oscar C. Hernandez, world-renowned songwriter. As a matter of fact, coming up early in 2020, he will be inducted into the Tejano Roots Hall of Fame as a songwriter. And of course, Tejano Roots, ROOTS, is an acronym for Remembering Our Own Tejano Stars, hence the name Roots. So although it hasn't happened yet as of this taping, I know he is looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being there to host and to present him with that award. Well-deserved, Oscar C. Hernandez. So from their album entitled El Caballo Colorado, this is Los Tremendos de George y Oscar. La canción se llama Dime Sapito y Yo Brinco.
Porque tienes la boquita chiquitita, yo te voy a besar más. Porque tienes muy color de rosita, te la voy a despintar. Porque brinco cuando me dices sapito, es que te quiero en verdad. De pensar que tú me dieras un besito, hasta me pone a temblar. Dime sapito, yo brinco, dime perrito, yo ladro, nomás dime lo que quieras, por ti me vuelvo hasta chango. Dime sapito, yo brinco, dime perrito, yo ladro, nomás dime lo que quieras, por ti me vuelvo hasta chango. Porque tienes los ojitos negros, negros, que enloquecen al mirar. Es por eso que hoy te cumplo tus deseos, porque te quiero en verdad. Dime sapito, yo brinco, dime perrito, yo ladro, nomás dime lo que quieras, por ti me vuelvo hasta chango. Dime sapito, yo brinco, dime perrito, yo ladro, nomás dime lo que quieras, por ti me vuelvo hasta chango.
And we're back at the Rick Garcia Show, the Year in Review, the final episode of this 2019 year. Wow, where did it all go? So we're calling it CHR Records Year 2 in Review. CHR Records is officially right around 2 years old, give or take a couple of weeks. In any case, I have in the studio right now of CHR Records the lovely and talented Miss Hilda Lamas. Now, Hilda, we have talked about you. I played your music. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I could not be better. Now, you've had a very busy and exciting year in multiple genres of music. Bring us up to date a little bit. kind of starting with this deal that happened in Dollywood or something like that. You were up for an award. Of course, unfortunately, you did not win, but you were nominated, which is really good because if I understand correctly, this is like one of the largest independent award shows in the country for the blues genre. Is that correct?
Yes, it's called the Josie Music Awards, and they held it this past year in Dollywood. Every year it's a different location in Tennessee. And this year I was fortunate enough to be nominated, and there was about 5 of us that made the finals. And unfortunately I didn't win, but hey, just to be nominated in itself is just really cool, really awesome.
No, we're very proud of you on that. And you got a wide variety in your palette of music. I know you were nominated in the blues category, world music, I guess, which is what it was called. But the song that kind of struck me from that particular genre of what you did was an old song by Etta James. It was called "Damn Your Eyes." What prompted you to like that song and want to record that song? Because anybody can relate to that. You know, you're in love with somebody or you like somebody, and then you gotta get fed up with them. You get ready to leave. They give you that look in their eyes. You go, "Oh man, damn those eyes!" It makes you want to stay.
Well, it's exactly that. I mean, how many people out there have been in that relationship that they look at that one person and you're so angry and you just want to say, well, screw that. And then they look at you and then it's just like, and then you get mad because they look at you because you know that it's going to make you come back. That's one of those songs that just stands the test of time, and it's something that everybody goes through. It's not something that's ever going to go away. And, I know me, I've had some of those relationships where, you really shouldn't with that person anymore. You're just done. And then they look at you and then you get mad at them because they look at you because that look's going to draw you back in. And that's what that song's about.
It is a great song, and you're right. Well, we're going to do kind of a double shot with you because I have you on the program not so often, but I do, as I said, we do play your music. We're going to play this key song that was part of the Josie Awards World Music category deal that you were nominated for. Then I want to come back and ask you a really, really dumb, crazy question that has been on my mind, and then I want you to address it to the people. Talk about 180 degrees. We've got the Etta James blues song that you did so well, a cover of. Then we're going to play a conjunto song that you recently did after a recent visit to San Benito and La Villita Ballroom and kind of getting your feet wet in that. So I want to hear a little bit about that because that is a night and day difference. So here's Hilda Lamas with the song "Damn Your Eyes." We're going to come back and talk to her a little bit more and find out what was in her mind as to why she chose to do a conjunto album, which is currently in production right now. But first, here is "Damn Your Eyes," Hilda Lamas. We'll come back and talk to her some more.
I'm in complete control. That's what I tell myself. I got a mind of my own. I'll be alright alone. Don't need anybody else. I gave myself a good talking to. No more being a fool for you. When I see you, all I remember is how you make me wanna surrender. Damn, you're right. Taking my breath away, making me wanna stay. Damn, you're right. For getting my hopes up high, for making me fall in love again. Damn, you're right. It's always the same. You say that you'll change. Somehow you never do, never do, you never. I believe all your lies, that look in your eyes. You make it all seem true. I guess I see what I wanna see. Or is it my heart deceiving me? With that look I know so well, I fall completely out of your spell. Damn, you're right.
the lovely, the talented Miss Hilda Lamas, Damn Your Eyes. And boy, what a song that is. That is just dripping with meaning. Who has that not happened to in the world of love and relationships? In addition to you doing blues, pop, soul, R&B, you've now added conjunto to that category. And you did a great show at the South Texas Conjunto Award Corpus Christi chapter. I guess they call it the Coastal Bend chapter in Corpus Christi not too long ago. You rocked the house. So conjunto is now a feather in your cap. What prompted you to add that to your genre of music?
Well, it's actually a little bit of a story, and it gets a little serious here in bits and pieces. You know, I know you mentioned earlier, you know, the visits to San Benito and La Villita and being around all this culture. Well, I've actually been around this culture for, I don't know, over 10 years since, you know, way back when we first met, and I started palling around with you and going to these award shows and meeting all these artists and being in the studio and recording and picking up wires and just doing anything that I could to be a part of it. And through that journey, one of the first radio DJs I ever got to go and he spun my music and we became really good friends was a radio DJ by the name of David Noyola. And, you know, we jokingly referred to him as the doctor because, man, he had a solution for everything. And, you know, so one of the jokes is, you know, I'd always have this new blues song or new international pop song or something, you know, because I've been singing in both English and Spanish my entire career. And, you know, we would always joke around. He would always tell me, Mija, why don't you record some good conjunto or give me something like that? And I'll play it all the time. And he would always tell me that. And he would always tell me, he was just like, man, you would be so good at this. And he would always throw out songs and ideas. And I would always tell him, David, one day, right now's not the time, one day. And unfortunately, earlier this year, we lost David unexpectedly. And, you know, and it really hits me in the heart every time I think about this. And so this album that I'm working on is actually dedicated to him because he believed so much in me. He loved the industry so very much. And he was so passionate about the culture and the music and the history, just La Onda in general. And so for someone like that to just take a liking into what I do and my talent and me as a person and taking me under his wing and teaching me all that he possibly could in just a short amount of time, you know, it's just my way of giving back and it's my time of saying, okay, David, now is the time. And I should have done it way back then. And I kind of regret it a little bit, but I'm sure he's up there right now just cheering me on and saying, yes, that's it. And, you know, so that's why I'm doing the whole Conjunto album. And it's not really even a switchover. It's more of an expansion, another part of me. I'm just expanding my musical palette and, you know, embracing my culture. You know, not many people know this, but my family is from Mexico. And while, you know, I was born here in the States, it's kind of giving me this opportunity to embrace that culture and learn more about my culture and my heritage and where I come from and just, you know, embrace myself and all of this stuff, just submerge myself and, you know, just pay homage to somebody who was really a great man. And this one's for him. This is for David.
So this song is your rendition of Conjunto, but as we stated, you're not switching gears. You're just adding more gears. Is that correct?
That's correct. I'm just expanding on who I am musically. And I've been very fortunate because not only have I had some new fans come on board, but my fans who've been with me since day one have just embraced it and have just ran with it. Even some that don't understand Spanish, they've just kind of come along on the journey with me. And it's been beautiful. It's been amazing. And to be, you know, I feel like I'm just so blessed to be able to bounce back and forth between everything that I do.
Well, it's been received well. Your single, Mientras Él Me Ame, we're going to hear that right now. But before we do that, I want to talk about the closeout of 2019. It's been a very busy year for you. And of course, you are the chief branding officer, CHR Records. So you wear multiple hats, artist, executive. What have been some of the highlights of this year as far as CHR Records are concerned? And then with the same question continuing, what are some of your resolutions and things you'd like to see in the future for both yourself and CHR?
Wow. I would have to say probably one of the biggest highlights of CHR Records this year for me, and this kind of goes both professional and personal, is just the signing of Bonnie Mauricio. Like, you know, we've been friends for so many years, and I've seen him in the good times, in the bad times, in the in-between times. You know, we've just been friends, and we've been able to maintain that friendship thanks to you. I mean, because that's how I met him, was through you. And you know, we've been talking for years and years and years about doing stuff together. And, you know, hopefully 2020 is going to bring us some live performances together. So don't be surprised and shocked if you see us on the same ticket together. He's going to be releasing his first album with CHR Records 2020. So be ready for that. Also, another highlight for me is Los Volcanes, Eddie Rodriguez. It doesn't get any better than that. And you got them all the way from Washington. So, hey, you know, it's transcending just the Texas, you know, cities. We've got artists from all over the U.S. There might be a little surprise or two on Eddie's record. You never know. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You know, from what I've been hearing, it sounds amazing. And I think everyone's going to love it. As far as for me and my personal career and my end of that, you know, it's really been a very great year because it started real hot and heavy in the beginning with just being in the studio with many different artists, Marlisa Vela, and you know, we had Los Cucuys release something and Ruben Garza released something. So everybody's kind of been busy. Los Marcelos, I can't wait for them to come back in 2020. For myself, on my performance end, you know, I'm kicking off the year in a wonderful way. I've been so blessed with a wonderful opportunity. I was selected to be a part of the Women in Blue Showcase happening in Memphis, Tennessee at the very end of January, and this will be my first time performing in Memphis. It's really, really awesome, and you know, we just get to go and share my love of the blues in Memphis, and so that's going to be great. And then, of course, releasing some new music. It's always great when I get to release music. So, you know, 2020 is really shaping up to be a wonderful, wonderful year. And I hope that everybody just stays on the train ride because get ready, here we come. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And we can't do this without you.
My hat is off to you. You're one of the hardest working ladies in the business, not only in front of the microphone, but behind the scenes as well. As I said, the CHR branding officer, and fans are digging your music, that's for sure. So, you
know, I really just want to thank everybody for all of their support, not only for my career, but for just supporting CHR Records, all of our artists. They work so hard day in and day out. They're constantly on the road. And, you know, if you haven't heard of any of our artists and you just happen to be like blipping on the radio, go check them out. You know, chrrecords.com. Of course, my personal website, hildalamas.com. Check out the music, and I'm sure you're going to love it. You know, and I just wish everyone a wonderful 2020. May all of us have some 2020 vision and see it with clarity and do some really awesome things and just stay focused, you know, and you know, that's really the name of the game. You stay focused and you set your goals and you just stay focused on those goals, and you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish in the new year.
Hilda, again, thank you. We're going to hear your song Mientras Él Me Ame, and then it's on for more music. We'll be talking more about the groups, then the new artists coming on board CHR Records, and thanking the current artists on CHR Records as we continue this retrospect. CHR Records Year in Review. Here's Hilda Lamas, Mientras Él Me Ame.
Yo lo tendré que querer. mientras él me ame, los dos vamos a pagar el gran error que cometimos cuando juramos no regresar. ¡Ay, papacito! Mientras él me ame, solo tocaré tu piel en sueños sin que él se dé cuenta de que le estoy siendo infiel. Mientras él me ame, lo nuestro tendrá que esperar. No es su culpa que tú me dejaras y ahora quieras regresar. Mientras él me ame, los dos vamos a pagar el gran error que cometimos cuando juramos no regresar. El gran error que cometimos cuando juramos no volver más.
Well, there she is, folks, the lovely and talented Miss Hilda Lamas. We heard from her. We wish her the very best in her career in 2020 and beyond. My name is Rick Garcia. You are listening to The Year in Review, CHR, year number 2. This is the final show that I'll be doing for the year 2019. So, although this is on podcast, you'll probably hear this way into the future, and who knows, this will be a golden oldie before too long. But for right now, it is fresh, hot off the press, brand new, as we prepare to enter the year 2020. So, continuing on, brand new on CHR Records, a new artist that we acquired in 2019. And of course, he and I go back a long, long way. I've recorded him before for Supremo Records, for Joey Records, for Hacienda Records, and now a CHR exclusive. He is Rene Rodriguez. His group is called Los Chucos. I think this guy is just a natural. He is funny without trying to be funny. That's why he's such a natural. Sometimes I'll just look at him and I'll just look at his mannerisms and I will start laughing. But a genuine guy, there is not an egotistical bone in his body. He is just a downright, down-home good guy. The whole album's already produced, actually. Just waiting for me to do the mixing and the mastering on it. So I'm looking for probably a February 2020 release. In the meantime, we have a single going. It's called Tus Desprecios. I would love to tell you what the name of the album is and to be looking for it, but I don't know at this point. So all I can say is check out this single. I hope you like it. There's plenty of more good stuff on that complete album. You'll be hearing more about it in the upcoming shows in the upcoming months. But for right now, Los Chucos de Sas y Sas, Tus Desprecios.
Me hicieron quererte más. Tus traiciones me hicieron mucho llorar. Hoy te odio igual que ayer te quise. Y me ofendes con brindarme tu amistad. No pensar que un día te fallaría. y las pobres un día se van a secar. Pensaste que un día te fallaría, mucho menos pensabas en fracasar. Si las flores no duran toda la vida y las pobres un día se van a secar.
A man with his own style, a man with his own sound. That is Rene Rodriguez, Los Chucos de Sasisas. The song is called Tus Desprecios from his upcoming CHR album to be released probably February of 2020. It is so hard to believe I'm saying 2020. Wow. What happened in 1973? I don't get it. It seems like I blinked my eyes and here we are now, 40-some, almost 50 years later. But I would not have it any other way. I've had a blast this entire journey. Looking forward to enjoying so much more with you as we cruise up and down the roads of Tejano, Conjunto, and a lot of other kinds of music. And speaking of other kinds of music, it's not often talked about, but CHR Records is quite active in the world of country, and in the world of gospel, and in the world of pop. So I'm just going to kind of touch a little bit on some things that we've done in 2019 in those genres. And I just want to brag about each one of these artists that I'm going to play, because I think they're as good as anybody on the national level. Anytime that your music is available worldwide, as CHR products are, then you not only are national, but you are truly international as well. So up next is a country artist by the name of B.B. Watson. His CHR album is called Buried Treasure, and check out this song. If you like it, and I hope you do, you can always stream it on Spotify or Pandora or anywhere. And if you like it a whole lot, you can actually download it at all the digital sites. But either way, be sure to check it out. B.B. Watson, Buried Treasure.
As I'm walking behind this cloud, I keep turning over memories, buried treasure of a past once filled with you. This old ground, I know it's mine, and I've worked it so many times, and the rain it's been praying for is falling from my eyes, waiting for the setting sun. When a hard day's work was done, we'd sit down and rock the baby and plan our dreams. But you turned it all around with this other man you found, and you never thought I'd figure out your scheme. And there's buried treasure hidden in the ground, precious memories of a love that lived and died. You couldn't be the simple wife, you had to leave the cheap life, and you laid me down a road I hate to ride. what they didn't see was I followed close behind. And the next day's paper read that a man had been found dead, and the lady he'd been seen with they can't find.
That was CHR recording artist B.B. Watson, Buried Treasure. One of the many other genres of music that we do besides Tejano and Conjunto. And up next, I'd like to feature one of our pop artists. This is a group of young girls. They're around the college age. I believe they go to college up in the San Marcos, Texas area. And I'm good friends with their father and their mother. And when they told me their daughters had a group, I kind of got curious as to what that was all about. Well, they opened for Hilda Lamas at a showcase in Corpus Christi, Texas. And while they were showcasing, I thought, we got to get these girls in the studio. So we did. Their album is called Everything Changes. And the group is called Aletheia. Don't ask me what that means. I don't know. Must be some kind of a cool college term that this old man doesn't know anything about. But I do like the sounds. I do like the styles. And they write all their own music, perform all their own instruments. No studio musicians needed. This song from that album is called Scarred Hands. Sometimes when you've just talked and talked and talked and you don't feel like talking anymore, you don't feel like being nice anymore, but sometimes when that happens, well, at least through your hands, you're doing positive things. That's what this song is about. Scarred Hands. Check them out. The group is called Aletheia.
So hard and gave you all. Now you ain't there.
hands will show your love. And when your heart fails you, your hands will show your love.
The young youthful sounds of Alethea. That song was called Scarred Hands from their CHR album, Everything Changes. Got one more to play for you now that's not on the Tejano and Conjunto genres. This is actually a lady who I met some years ago. I'm a big fan of hers. She was and still is one of Hollywood's most in-demand background singers. And what a lot of people don't know is that she does her own solo work as well. You won't know this because she's part of a choral group that sings at Walt Disney Productions and movie scores and things like that, commercial jingles. CHR Records is proud to have her as a soloist on our record label. She does a lot of contemporary gospel, and I think that's great. You can't get enough of that. This song is from her album, I Sing Because. Kind of a bluesy kind of ballad. She wrote it herself. The artist is named Shara Lee, just simply Shara Lee. Check it out. Another wonderful addition to the many genres on CHR Records. The song is called Just As I Am. Performer is Shara Lee.
For someone to love me the way I am, without trying to change me. I was so tired of this old world and all of its misery. Well, I knew every plot and I knew every scene. Whoa, 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 whoa. I just wanted to be free. Then I met Jesus. Daddy loved me just as I am. Oh, yeah. Just as I am, without one plea. Oh, how he loved me. He really loved me. He wanted nothing but for me to be free, truly free. Now I am singing about my Savior, 'cause he took my sins like the sacrifice lamb. He made me free, and he loves me, oh, just as I am. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, just as I am, without one plea. Oh, how he loved me.
what a sound. What an artist. What a singer. What a production. That was Sheryl Lee from her CHR distributed album entitled I Sing Because. Let's go ahead and close it out going back to the world of conjunto, kind of CHRs. We're at home here. I've been around all genres of music, but when I met Tony De La Rosa at the age of 15, I fell in love with conjunto. I make no bones about that. So we'll check out just a couple of more songs as we wind down the year in review for CHR Records. It has been a great year as we wind down our second year of CHR Records. I'm proud to say we've got the legendary Ruben Garza with us, who's now recording under the name of Los Dos G's, Ruben Garza, Hector Gonzalez. Ruben Garza was formerly the lead vocalist for Los Dos Gilbertos, also for Ruben Vela, and now that he's joined forces with Hector Gonzalez, we've got Gonzalez and Garza, Los Dos G's. That album is called Juntos Otra Vez. The song is called Candil de la Calle.
Adiós, candil de la calle, oscuridad de tu casa. Adiós, mujer de otros brazos, ya para ti no soy nada, tantos favores que te hice. Hoy con traiciones me pagas. Un bien con un mal se paga, y así es como me has pagado. Después que tanto te amaba, que pronto me has olvidado, y yo que todo te daba. Con otro lo has disfrutado. Lo sabe Dios que lo has de pagar por esa cruz que te ha de pesar. Como alma en pena andarás por el mundo. Como me ves te verás. Échale chiquitita. Bien con un mal se paga, y así es como me has pagado. Después que tanto te amaba, que pronto me has olvidado, y yo que todo te daba. Con otro lo has disfrutado. Lo sabe Dios que lo has de pagar por esa cruz que te ha de pesar. Como alma en pena andarás por el mundo. Como me ves te verás.
Los Dos G's, Ruben Garza, Hector Gonzalez, from their CHR album Juntos Otra Vez. That song was called Candil de la Calle. We went way over time this time. I'm glad that nobody's got a gun to my head. But it has been such a lot of fun as we put into retrospect year number 2 of CHR Records. So as I've said earlier, this will be my last podcast for the year 2019. Of course, once it's online, once MCR Radio does their magic, anybody can listen to it anytime at the many, many streaming sites where it is available. And I do want to thank MCR Radio, Mr. Juan Mendoza Jr., also Lila Lisa of Lila Lisa Promotions for all they do for the Tejano and Conjunto music genre. Not just CHR Records, but Tejano and Conjunto overall. We are stronger as a unit. Don't ever forget that a rising tide raises all ships. So when one artist does good, well, indirectly, everybody does good. So we're going to close it out now with another group that are so good, they're just tremendous. Just like George and Oscar, these guys are Los Tremendos Alacranes. They're Scorpions. David Flores, the nephew of the late, great Angel Flores. This song is called Al Baile Me Fui from their upcoming CD on CHR Records, which will be called El Firi Firi. Look for that one around February of 2020 as well. So, my name is Rick Garcia. It has been a pleasure being with you. This is the final podcast of 2019 as we wind down this CHR Retrospect, year number 2 in review. Los Tremendos Alacranes.
Contigo al baile me fui y que te busco y te busco, pero ni razones ni huellas de ti. Me pasé a tu casa y soné la puerta y llamé tu nombre, 1000 veces llamé. Contesto el silencio, contesto a la noche y a morir de rabia, desde lo lloré. Pero ya todo lo supe, tu interés estaba hacerme sufrir. Y hoy que te busco y te busco, pero ni razones ni huellas de ti. Y soné la puerta y llamé tu nombre, 1000 veces llamé. Contesto el silencio, contesto a la noche y a morir de rabia, desde lo lloré. Pero ya todo lo supe, tu interés estaba en hacerme sufrir. Pero ni razones ni huella de ti.
Listening to the Rick Garcia Hour on Mas Chingon Radio, MCR. Join us every week at the same time for another edition as we stroll up and down 5 decades of memories and making new ones at the same time. My name is Rick Garcia. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.